Two of the greatest wrestlers on the planet just gave us a moment that reminded everyone why professional wrestling is the most emotionally powerful form of entertainment in the world. AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura, rivals, enemies, brothers in battle, just created something unforgettable. If you missed this, you need to see what happened right now. What's going on, Suplex Rumble Nation? Welcome back to the channel where we celebrate the art of professional wrestling, the moments that give us chills, and the stories that remind us why we fell in love with this business in the first place. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because we bring you the wrestling content that truly matters. Today, we're talking about something special. Something that transcends wins and losses, championships and storylines. We're talking about respect. We're talking about legacy. We're talking about two of the most talented performers to ever step foot in a wrestling ring, sharing a moment that will be remembered for years to come. AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura have given us classics. They've given us technical masterpieces. They've given us hard-hitting battles that left us breathless. But what they just gave us might top everything they've ever done together. Let's break down this moment, explore the history that makes it so meaningful, and understand why wrestling fans around the world are calling this one of the most genuine displays of mutual respect we've seen in modern wrestling. This is going to be good. Let's dive in. To truly appreciate what just happened between AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura, we need to understand the journey these two warriors have traveled together. Their story doesn't begin in WWE. It begins on the other side of the world, in the legendary promotions of Japan, where both men carved out Hall of Fame careers long before American audiences knew their names. AJ Styles became a global superstar through his work in various promotions, building a reputation as one of the most complete wrestlers in the world. His aerial ability combined with technical prowess and an understanding of ring psychology made him a must-watch performer everywhere he went. Shinsuke Nakamura was a legend in New Japan Pro Wrestling, a charismatic force of nature who blended strong style striking with artistic flair. His matches were events. His presence was magnetic. He didn't just wrestle, he performed art in the squared circle. These two crossed paths in dream matches that hardcore wrestling fans still talk about with reverence. Their encounters in Japan were masterclasses in professional wrestling, showcasing styles that complemented each other perfectly. AJ's speed and precision against Nakamura's striking and charisma created magic. When both men eventually made their way to WWE, fans who knew their history immediately began dreaming of what they could do on the biggest stage in professional wrestling. And we got our wish. Their WWE encounters gave us incredible matches, intense rivalries, and moments that showcased why both men are considered among the very best in the world. They pushed each other. They elevated each other. They proved that their chemistry wasn't limited to one promotion or one style of wrestling, it was universal. But their relationship has been complex. They've been allies. They've been bitter rivals. They've shown respect and they've shown disdain. The emotional journey between these two has been layered and real, which makes their recent moment together so incredibly powerful. Because when two warriors who have battled across continents, across years, across different chapters of their careers come together in genuine respect, that's when wrestling transcends entertainment and becomes something deeper. So let's talk about the moment itself. What exactly happened that has the wrestling world buzzing? Following a hard-fought match that showcased both men's incredible abilities, something unexpected occurred. As the final bell rang and the victor was declared, there was a pause. That moment of silence where anything could happen in professional wrestling. AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura stood across the ring from each other, exhausted, battered, but with something unspoken hanging in the air. These two men have given everything to their craft. They've sacrificed their bodies. They've traveled the world perfecting their art. And in that moment, all the history, all the battles, all the respect they've earned came to the surface. What happened next was pure, unscripted emotion. The two approached each other slowly, deliberately. No music playing. No dramatic camera cuts. Just two wrestlers in a ring, acknowledging what they've meant to each other's careers and to the wrestling business as a whole. They extended their hands. Not in some rehearsed, theatrical way, but with genuine respect. The handshake lingered. Eye contact was made. And in that exchange, volumes were spoken without a single word. But it didn't stop there. What elevated this from a simple sign of respect to an iconic moment was what came next. An embrace. Not a quick, performative hug for the cameras, but a genuine embrace between two men who understand exactly what the other has sacrificed for this business. The crowd reacted with a reverence that you don't often hear in modern wrestling. It wasn't a deafening pop or a chorus of boos. It was an appreciative acknowledgement, fans recognizing they were witnessing something real, something authentic in an industry built on storylines and scripts. As they stood together, raising each other's arms, the moment represented something larger than either individual. It represented the international language of professional wrestling. It represented years of excellence. It represented the bond that forms between performers who have pushed each other to greatness. The camera captured Nakamura saying something to AJ that we couldn't quite hear, and AJ's response, a nod and a smile, showed that whatever was said came from the heart. These weren't lines from a script. This was two legends acknowledging each other's place in wrestling history. The beauty of this moment was in its simplicity. No elaborate staging, no over-the-top dramatics. Just two of the best to ever do it, showing the world what respect looks like. Now, some people might wonder, why is a handshake and an embrace such a big deal? What makes this moment iconic? Let me explain why this matters so much. Professional wrestling at its core is about storytelling through physicality. But the most powerful stories in wrestling aren't always about good versus evil or championship pursuits. Sometimes the most powerful stories are about mutual respect between warriors. What AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura gave us was a masterclass in wrestling storytelling that doesn't require words. Their moment together told us several things simultaneously. First, it reminded us that wrestling, despite its scripted nature, contains genuine human emotion. These performers aren't just actors playing roles, they're athletes who put their bodies on the line night after night. When two people who have done this at the highest level for decades share a moment of recognition, it's authentic. Second, it bridged the gap between different wrestling cultures. AJ and Nakamura represent different training backgrounds, different wrestling philosophies, different paths to success. But in that ring, none of those differences mattered. Only the shared experience of being a professional wrestler mattered. That's a beautiful message in an often divided wrestling landscape. Third, it showed younger wrestlers watching what legacy truly means. Championships are temporary. Win-loss records fade from memory. But the respect you earn from your peers? That lasts forever. AJ and Nakamura demonstrated that the greatest achievement in wrestling isn't winning titles, it's earning the respect of those who understand what you've sacrificed. This moment also matters because it's becoming increasingly rare. Modern wrestling often prioritizes shock value and dramatic swerves over quiet, emotional authenticity. While those things have their place, moments like what we witnessed between AJ and Nakamura remind us that sometimes the most powerful moments are the simplest ones. Furthermore, this iconic moment serves as a testament to both men's careers. AJ Styles has accomplished everything there is to accomplish in professional wrestling. Multiple world championships, legendary matches on every continent, and a legacy that's cemented. Shinsuke Nakamura has been a revolutionary performer who changed how wrestling is perceived and performed. When two legends of this caliber acknowledge each other publicly, it validates everything they've built. For fans, this moment gave us permission to appreciate both performers simultaneously without choosing sides. In an era where wrestling fandom can sometimes feel tribal, you either support this wrestler or that one. Seeing mutual respect between competitors reminds us that we can celebrate excellence wherever we find it. This is why wrestling can be so powerful. It's not just about the moves or the matches. It's about the human connections formed through shared struggle and mutual passion for the craft. One of the most beautiful aspects of the moment between AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura is what it represents for international wrestling as a whole. Professional wrestling has evolved dramatically over the past 2 decades. Where it was once dominated by performers from specific regions, it's now a truly global phenomenon. Wrestlers from Japan, Mexico, the United Kingdom, Europe, and all corners of the world are showcasing their unique styles on the biggest stages. AJ and Nakamura are pioneers of this international expansion. They proved that you didn't need to come up through one specific system to become a top star. They showed that excellence transcends language barriers and cultural differences. Think about what it means for a kid in Japan watching wrestling to see Shinsuke Nakamura succeeding at the highest level. Think about what it means for an aspiring wrestler in America to see AJ Styles, who carved his path outside the traditional system, becoming a world champion. Their moment together celebrates this evolution. It says that wrestling belongs to everyone who dedicates themselves to the craft, regardless of where they're from or how they got there. The styles they've brought to mainstream wrestling have influenced an entire generation of performers. You can see elements of Nakamura's charisma and striking in younger wrestlers today. You can see AJ's innovative offense replicated in training schools around the world. When these two shared their iconic moment, they weren't just representing themselves, they were representing every wrestler who has traveled far from home to pursue their dreams. They were representing every fan who has stayed up late to watch wrestling from another country. They were representing the beautiful, borderless community that wrestling creates. This international bond in wrestling is something special. Performers who may not speak the same language can communicate perfectly through their work in the ring. They can tell stories that resonate with audiences from completely different cultures. And they can form friendships and mutual respect that transcends all the barriers that normally divide people. The moment we witnessed was a celebration of that bond. Two men from different backgrounds, who speak different native languages, who trained in different systems, coming together in the universal language of professional wrestling to say, we see you, we respect you, we honor what you've contributed to this business we both love. As we think about the long-term impact of this iconic moment, we have to consider what it means for the legacies of both AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. Legacy in professional wrestling is a complex thing. It's built through championships won, classic matches delivered, and the impact you have on the industry. But it's also built through moments like this, displays of character and respect that reveal who these performers truly are. For AJ Styles, this moment adds another layer to an already incredible legacy. He's proven himself as one of the greatest in-ring performers of all time. But showing this level of respect to a fellow competitor demonstrates that his greatness extends beyond just his physical abilities. It shows humility, class, and an understanding that wrestling is bigger than any one person. The phenomenal one has nothing left to prove. He could rest on his accomplishments and no one would question his place in wrestling history. But by continuing to show respect to his peers and contributing to moments like this, he's ensuring that he'll be remembered not just as a great wrestler, but as a great ambassador for the business. For Shinsuke Nakamura, this moment reinforces his status as one of the most respected performers in the world. His journey from Japan to becoming a recognized star globally has inspired countless wrestlers. His willingness to participate in this authentic moment shows that success hasn't changed who he is at his core, a wrestler who respects the craft and those who excel at it. Together, this moment becomes part of both their stories. Years from now, when fans look back at the careers of AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura, this will be referenced alongside their greatest matches. Because sometimes, the moments between the matches matter just as much as the matches themselves. This is how legacies are enriched, through consistent excellence combined with genuine displays of character. Both men have secured their places in wrestling history through their in-ring work, but moments like this elevate them from great wrestlers to true statesmen of the business. Future documentaries about professional wrestling in this era will feature this moment. Future wrestlers will study not just how AJ and Nakamura perform in the ring, but how they conducted themselves with dignity and mutual respect. That's a legacy worth building. So there you have it, Suplex Rumble family, the breakdown of an iconic moment between two legendary performers who just reminded us why we love professional wrestling so much. AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura gave us something money can't buy and scripts can't create. They gave us authenticity. They gave us a genuine display of mutual respect between two of the absolute best to ever do it. They gave us a moment that will be remembered and celebrated for years to come. In an industry that sometimes prioritizes spectacle over substance, moments like this are precious. They remind us that at its best, professional wrestling is about human connection, shared struggle, and the bonds formed through pursuing excellence together. Whether you followed these men's careers from their early days in Japan or you only know them from their mainstream success, you witnessed something special. Two legends acknowledging each other's greatness, respecting each other's journey, and celebrating the craft they've dedicated their lives to. This is what wrestling can be when it's done right. This is the emotional power that keeps us coming back. This is why we love this business. What did you think of this moment between AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura? Drop your comments below and let's celebrate these two incredible performers together. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash the like button, subscribe to Suplex Rumble for more wrestling content that matters, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Share this with your fellow wrestling fans who appreciate the art and the respect that makes this business special. Thank you for watching, and remember, moments like this are why professional wrestling will always be the greatest form of sports entertainment in the world. I'll see you in the next one. This has been Suplex Rumble, celebrating the iconic moments that make wrestling unforgettable.